Hey guys, NanMan here. I'm going to be putting up some more StarCraft 2 casts this week, and I'm going to be doing some of the WCS replays. I'm going to go over a few of them from the Season 1 Premier League Qualifier there. So I'm going to be go through a couple of games. Right now I'm going to start off with best of 3 PV, or not PV, TVZ here. So I hope you guys enjoy the StarCraft content. I've been putting up some Warcraft content over on youtube.com/NanManGames. Check out both channels if you guys enjoy that sort of stuff. But enough of all of the introduction stuff. Let's just jump into the game, shall we? So, jumping into things here, we are going to be going on to a Belshir Visage as our first map in this best of 3 here, and we can see spawning down here in the southeast position, it's going to be our red Zerg player from FXO NA. He is known as Moosegills. He is a very, very talented North American player. You know, FXO, their NA team, is very, very good. Currently playing in URTL, which is like the premier up-and-coming team league out there for it's based in North America, but there's South American teams and things like that. So, you know, it's going to be cool to see how Moosegills does in his TVZ right now, or ZVT. But his opponent spawning up here in the northwest position from Quantic Gaming, he is known as Center. And so this is going to be a little bit tough. As people know, pretty much all of the Quantic Korean members chose to play in the NA division since they are an NA based team. Same thing can be said for the Axiom, TL, and EG guys. So this is one of the earlier rounds. I believe it's round 3 or 4 of the winners bracket there. So very, very tough match early on when you have to play top level players. So we're going to have to see how these guys face off against each other. Very standard, normal stuff coming out from Moosegills right now, going for the expansion and opting for the drone scout. Just want to try to get in there, get some confirmation of what he's facing. It sees gas already being mined from, sees the timing of the barracks, so it is looking like it's going to be that Reaper expand style of play here. You know, orbital command's going to get started up. There's the first Reaper. And Belshir Visage is a decent map for Reapers because you see natural, you know, there's a pretty decent entrance in and out of here. It's also got this one little ledge you can jump up, leap into the main base there, get in there, maybe do some harassment. And because of the delay on the spawning pool, you know, he opted for the extractor, then the pool, that he can get in there with this Reaper and do some damage, while Moosegills won't have the queens out, won't have the lings yet. So this could do some serious damage. We see Reaper now on his way over here. Lings should be able to pop out in time by the time the Reaper gets here, but lings are still not that effective when they're off creep or don't have speed in these early stages. So we'll have to see how he responds. He's got the Overlord, so was able to confirm that there is a Reaper heading this way now. 4 lings immediately get started with the 2 queens. So it's really going to come down to control who is able to deal the damage and keep his guys alive. And already immediately pulls some drones off to deal with this. 1 Reaper will be able to get at least... Oh, wow, great save there. Will be able to save that drone by deciding to build a Spore Crawler and cancel it. Lose a few minerals by doing that, but it's still definitely worth it to save that drone so you're not tying up your larva and end up losing any units early on. So good control from both players right now. You know, Ling did get killed off here. It looks like second Reaper has joined up, but the queens are out, and that's going to make these Reapers a little bit less effective. Now, he can still get some good control in there, pick off a few drones, and yep, will be able to zip in there. And, oh, again, saves it with the Spore Crawler here. The queen is able to kind of start to push these guys back a little bit. Reapers force on back home at this point because they, you know, more lings are going to come out. The queens are really going to lock this area down. He can still continue to try to go in there and be like, all right, maybe I'll get a kill here, and loses the Reaper and will be forced back. More drones coming over now, start mining up. We also see behind this the double expansion style from Quantic Center. He's got his natural being locked down and opting for that very quick 3rd command center inside his main base. Overlord has been able to see this. We also notice that the Hellions are in production, and this is the normal progression that we see from Terran players. You know, you've got the Reapers, yes, you get some early map control, it's great, and then you basically don't have any map control until you get Hellions out. You know, the Lings will have speed momentarily. A third hatch will be taken very soon here, and so in order to get back on the field, keep the scouting intel up, keep maybe applying pressure, forcing your opponent to make attacking units instead of drones, you have to be able to get out there with those Hellions, and Lings will be able to swing their way past. It's like Hellions do not get to see them at this point in time because they do go for that a path that kind of bypasses those watchtowers. First two Hellions will be able to get on over here and kill off at least a creep tower. No, delaying that creep spread is always a great thing to do. Looks like Reaper will get over here to scout, confirm. Yep, you are throwing down that expansion. Oh, Lings doing a good job. Will they get the mule? They do end up sniping the mule. Will be able to almost get into the main base, but good control there. Will lock down the supply depots, preventing anything from running in there. So very, very nice. Slips past the bunker. There was only one Marine, so had no problem getting in there and sniping the mule. So we do see supply depots starting to go in, wall that area off to really prevent those sort of run-bys in the future. Same time, Reaper still running around, being a little bit risky here, but Hellions for support will push those Lings back. And we see more Lings on the way, but this push could do a lot of damage economically. He's got to be careful about it. Even hold an SCV just to repair this Hellion out. And so preventing this hatch from really being able to get mined from will force the Queens on over, but has to wait until more Lings pop out. He's got 14 more in production. Going for the +1 missile attack. We see Roachhorn almost finished up here. Lair almost finished as well. So great response to dealing with that kind of heavy Hellion production, and we see Bio is going to be the style that he will be favoring here, which, you know, double the engineering bay finishing up. He can start 1-1 immediately, does have stim almost complete, and so this is a good transition from what he started with. You know, normal, get out in the field, do some harassment, see if he can make something happen, and then follow it up with the Bio Widow Mine, which is the normal style that Terran players have been favoring in Heart of the Swarm. You will occasionally see players go for mech. You know, mech is still strong sort of style to play, but you know, with how good medevacs can be with their Ignite Afterburner, going for that multi-pronged harassment, things like that. So we'll have to see how Moosegills can deal with that. You know, he's starting to produce those roaches to really help prevent these Hellions from doing any significant damage. But they will be swinging their way on over to the third base, seeing if they can make something happen. There's a few Lings, Queens over here. A lot of the units are up on the high ground, and will swing his way in. Two roaches do reveal themselves, and so now Sender realizes, okay, I've already got roaches out. Maybe I can't really get in there and get some extra kills without losing all these units. And you know, you definitely want to try to retain your units as much as possible. And yet we do see normal stuff coming out for the upgrades. Cloud Reconstitution almost finished up, which is that Roach Speed, has that +1/+1 finishing up for their attack and armor here. And those Hellions still poking up, trying to make something happen. You know, Scan does get thrown down, so he gets to see, okay, you got more roaches going on. I still need to be aware of this. Yeah, more are popping out. So not really able to make anything significant happen between these two guys. I like that he's still trying, though. You know, poking up that way. And, ooh, slipping his way on over here. So, like, okay, maybe I'll sneak in, get a quick third without him paying attention. But Overlords are blocking both third locations, spewing their creep. So he's going to have to get some Marines over there to be able to kill it off before you can even land that orbital. And so we do see them slowly walking their way on over here. And 1-1 will be completed very, very soon, as well as that combat shield. And this is a nice little medevac timing that he can hit. 1-1 finishes, opting just stims, runs in there, kills off the Overlord, and you know, now he can decide to go maybe drop a little bit here, but because he's taking this third, he knows his opponent's got a lot of roaches. It might be better to just wait a little bit, maybe load one up with those couple of Widow Mines there, but he's got to be careful. A huge roach push coming up. They are sitting at 1-1, and oh, one Widow Mine did get sniped off there. We do see another one is able to get burrowed. The other two get burrowed down, and so now he's sending up the Lings, have them absorb the Widow Mine shots, so the roaches are still left alive, and he can start to poke his way up here. There's only one Widow Mine, looks like, back at the natural. At the same time, Orbital has not opted to land, realizing that would be very, very foolish with all those roaches out. One Overseer has been able to get grouped up with these roaches to swing their way around. A drop is going to try to swing its way over to make something happen, but this is going to be tough. We see mass repair going down here at the bunker. Bunker does get sniped off, so there's a lot of SCVs to help kind of buffer this whole area, but that is so many roaches to deal with, and one lone bunker might not be enough. Yeah, we see roaches just kind of barreling the way forward here with that 1-1, and that one lone window mine is not going to help out at all. We do see the drop is finally going to be making its way over here, and yes, okay, you can kill some drones, but with roaches camping your production facility, you're going to be in a lot of trouble here. I mean, we look at the supplies, 177 to 77 right now. It's basically a handful of Marines and SCVs as the fighting forces here. Roaches doing their best to get into good positions, not only to pick off all the Marines and SCVs, but also take out the production facility. And drop does get cleaned up, and GG is called. Quantic Center does have to tag out in game number 1 here. So we do see that Moosegills does move up 1-0 in this series here. So it is a best of 3. So we'll be seeing game number 2 momentarily. If you guys have been enjoying the WCS coverage that I'll be putting up here, a few of the qualifier replays, you know, please hit that follow button. You'll know when I put up more StarCraft 2 content. That is what youtube.com/NanMan is all about, whether it's going to be campaign related stuff for the Brood War, or, you know, doing replay casting here. If you can click on the screen now, you will be able to jump into game number 2. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next game.